Alien Covenant, War for the Planet of the Apes, Fast 8, It, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm excited for those last two you said.
Get Smurfy, Croods 2, Beauty and the Beast, Spectacular Spider-Man, The Ascendant, Jeepers Creepers 3, that'll be good. Coco, I don't know what that is. Power Rangers movie, Cars 3, Resident Evil, the final chapter. Before the final chapter. Bad Boys 3,
That should be good.
World War Z 2, Skull Island, I don't know, oh, Kong. Gambit, oh, that'd be good too. Star Wars Episode 8, Wonder Woman, Dawn of the Justice League. Oh shit, look at that. Godzilla 2, that'll be a fucking bust. Death Cure, and Equalizer 2. Sure.
Guardians, I'm excited for.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when the first one came out, I was like, I wouldn't like that. And then I watched it one night and I fucking fell in love with it. Chris Pratt was really good in that movie.
Yes, he fucking was. Rare photo of the drummer from Nirvana and the singer from Foo Fighters together. Oh, here. Apparently, Dirtyshore UG has tweeted something.
Injury claims have been expanded in the ICD-10 with the addition of
How you the fuck you do that shit so damn fast?
Because I'm good like that. It's the only thing I do fast. Girl.
How do I know if I'm right?
Look at your hands. What did you say? How do you know if you're white?
Right.
No.
Identifies those China, so more than one code is available in the ICD.
I'm getting an alert on Facebook though.
Combination.
Yeah.
It's up.
Reject one match between the code
It's
and
posted on the personal and the
one.
UG pages. And we have one watcher.
I don't understand how you know if you're wrong or right.
It doesn't matter if you're wrong or right.
That one's probably Facebook.
That was Facebook. Okay.
Ran so much donut flavor through this damn tank, I can't get the flavor out.
Ugh.
I'm gonna have to change the coils and taste something else, I think. But I'm not too worried about it because it's 0 milligram nicotine.
What is the point? Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. Alright, let's get this party started. I still got shit to do
That's
and it's
the
already
point.
9:45. Alright. Long night ahead, kids. Long night of fucking head. Oh, wait. What we actually said.
Like getting some books finished?
No.
Specifically the calls?
Nope. That is way down on the agenda.
Wasn't you originally saying a June or July release?
Yep.
So now we're looking at December, ain't we?
Yeah. I've already got it edited. I just got to add in some sections. BG2G. What up? Alright. God, it smells like dirty. Good thing we're not in smell-o-vision, huh?
Using the
Karina.
ICD-10, knowing the ICD-10 defines NAPA following codes,
Never mind. It's just Flash.
Hey, Flash. Ready?
Are we recording yet?
No. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to it. Dirtyshore Underground. This week's episode is a little bit nerdy, a little bit music. Daredevil. Talk a little bit about last season on Netflix and expectations for season 2. Featuring everybody's favorite bad guy from Walking Dead, Shane. I don't know what his real name is, but
John Berthenol.
there you go. Hit him with the links, Rob.
Alright, so make sure you check out new episodes of the podcast every Thursday at DirtyShoreUnderground.com. Make sure you're following at Dirtyshore UG on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We will tweet out links to the live stream of the podcast. Every episode is streamed live on YouTube at youtube.com/c/DirtyShoreUG-OTA. Scroll down to the bottom, you'll find the comments section. You can comment and join the conversation. If you look to the right-hand side, we have a comments box. Just keep in mind that there's a little bit of a delay, so give us some context to your comments so that we know what you're talking about. And be sure to check out for the next 3 weeks bonus episodes of the podcast on Monday or Tuesday. We'll be discussing the last 3 episodes of The Walking Dead, and then we'll switch over into Fear the Walking Dead as soon as that happens. So, but today it's all talk about Daredevil. Well, mostly talk about Daredevil. So, and when I came in, you were watching Daredevil. The last season of Daredevil. So,
well, Sunday after you guys left, I tried to catch up on it, but then I fell asleep in the middle of the second episode. So,
all right.
So it was probably on episode 4 because after 4 episodes, Netflix cuts it off unless you hit the button. So.
Oh, it's just so you had just started from the beginning then again.
Yeah.
All right. So I haven't seen it since I watched it the first time.
Me neither. That's why I wanted to get a refresher course.
But I mean, so I did check out some recaps of it and. So, thoughts about the first season of Daredevil?
It was a fairly great season.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have done more with Kingpin than they did.
What I realized today, and I guess I had forgotten, is that Kingpin actually gets arrested. Well, so, sorry guys, spoiler alert. I guess we should do that. If you haven't seen the first season of Daredevil, you're going to want to tune out, because we're going to be talking about the first season as a preview to the second season. Neither Kenny or I have seen anything that you haven't had publicly available about Season 2, but we will be discussing things we've seen about Season 2 build up. So if you don't want anything spoiled about Season 2, careful with that too. So anyway, so at the end of Season 1, Wilson Fisk, a.k.a. the Kingpin, gets arrested. So, I mean, one would think, number one, that he's not going to play a big part. Mm-hmm. But the one thing we know from the superhero world is that
anything's possible.
And Arkham doesn't hold criminals very long. New York and / Gotham have a bit of a problem in keeping prisoners in jail. That's really what it comes down to. So Wilson Fisk being in jail doesn't really stop anything. But one thing that I've noticed and that I kind of, upon review, figured out is that we didn't even meet Wilson Fisk. Well, Daredevil didn't meet Wilson Fisk until the 9th episode of the 13. So, what did you find in rewatching the first few episodes?
I feel like it's not the last we've seen of Kingpin. I don't see the way they introduced him in the first season just to knock him out in the second season, because in the comics and even the old cartoons, he was a vicious bitch that was always around.
Right. And he was there even, it seemed like all the bad guys, independent or not, always worked for him. Mm-hmm. And I think that in the Bad movie with Ben Affleck in it, then we don't see Kingpin. Maybe we did, I can't remember. But they did talk about how Bullseye and Elektra both worked for him.
I believe, if I remember correctly, he did what Kingpin's ass near the end of the movie.
Who played Kingpin in that?
I don't remember. That movie was that bad. I watched it once.
I was going to say, I don't even... We are going to do a search for it, but... Aside from that, though, how did you feel about watching that introduction to Daredevil again? Watching the first few episodes.
It was great. It was a lot better than the movie was.
Yeah.
I love the outfit choice. So I was
Especially at the beginning.
Yeah, I was actually kind of upset when they went to the Daredevil outfit because I liked the black layout of it.
Right.
It made more sense in the dark.
Well, and so do you remember the reason why he changed to the new outfit?
In the shows, because they had that guy had the special armor that Kingpin had to help protect him underneath the suit.
Because you remember when he finally meets Kingpin in episode 9, Wilson Fisk whips his ass.
In all fairness, everybody throughout the entire season pretty much whipped his ass, but he came out on top, but he always got his ass whipped.
He did. But I mean, in that way, it was a lot like Flash says Michael Clark Duncan, which I just found actually, and I can't believe he didn't remember that. But Michael Clark Duncan, R.I.P. to him, played Kingpin. Jon Favreau played Foggy. Ellen Pompeo played Karen Page. That's Ellen, if you don't know who she is. And Joe Pantoliano, Joey Pants, was in that. Frank Miller, Kevin Smith. God, there's a lot of people in this movie. They did a good job casting. Shitty movie, though. That's a problem. You can have all the best cast in the world and still have a shitty movie.
Well, Ben Affleck has the chance to redeem himself, though, just like Ryan Reynolds had to with Deadpool.
So, can we just take a sidebar real quick and talk about Batman vs. Superman?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, Ryan Reynolds, you've done it. I've completely forgotten about all the other abysmal movies that you made, namely Green Lantern, which I still say was just ahead of its time. The CGI was not where it needed to be to make that movie, so it looked too cartoony.
I don't think they even needed that much CGI for that movie, to be honest.
Well, they went over the top because they were starting to use it. But you're forgiven because you did a superhero that hops out of the back of an SUV and says, "Do you know why I wear my costumes red? So my enemies can't see me bleed." See the guy with the brown pants? He's got the right idea. Dang. Batman vs. Superman. Have you seen trailers 3 and 4?
No.
Excellent. Fucking great. But trailer 2 has ruined it. Ruined it for me.
How's it ruined it for you?
I'm gonna spoil it if I tell you.
That's okay.
Okay, so
I don't mind spoilers.
At the end of trailer 2, Batman and Superman are battling it out. And this monster rises up and like goes to blow up Batman and Superman, and Wonder Woman steps in and just like blocks the blast, and then Batman looks at Superman and says, "Is she with you?" And he says, or no, Superman asks Batman, "Is she with you?" And Batman says, "Oh, I thought she was with you." So we know at that moment that they are now stopping their fight, and they're starting to fight this mutual enemy. Why the fuck would you do that? Why? Because everything since then has all been about the fight between Batman and Superman. But I already know how that ends. I don't know how the movie ends, but I know how that ends. And we already kind of knew because Justice League is going to happen next year.
Maybe I kind of like that.
Yes, it's exactly how it ends. For those who are playing along at home, there's an image of Batman in the super armor toy with super gear bent over in front of him. So, so it just ruined the goddamn movie for me. But
Still gonna see it though, right?
What's that?
Still gonna see it though, right?
Probably still gonna see it. I don't know that I'm gonna go out opening weekend, which I would have if I didn't see trailer 2. Trailers 1, 3, and 4, I'm there with you. I would have been there opening weekend. Now I'm like, nah, I don't keep it. Cloverfield. I heard such bad stuff about, or 10 Cloverfield Lane. I heard such bad stuff about it. I didn't go. I was thinking about going opening weekend. So, but Ben Affleck has a chance to redeem himself, and we have a new Matt Murdock, who I don't know will ever make an appearance in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, they said something about not crossing it over.
Well, because Jessica Jones is apparently going to make an appearance
In the show?
in a Marvel movie, somebody's movie. And the problem is the timelines are, again, we don't know about season 2 where it's in the timeline, because if you remember season 1, Wilson Fisk was making was rebuilding New York after it was destroyed by the Avengers. Not by the Avengers, but during the Avengers battle. And so we know kind of where season 1 took place. But where is season 2 going to take place? Is it going to catch up with the timelines that have already been pushed forward by Avengers and now, in a few weeks, Captain America Civil War? So,
which
it's a big
I wasn't real excited about it until the new trailer.
Yeah. Did we talk about that last week?
We probably mentioned it right at the end.
I can't remember.
I think we talked about Spider-Man coming in and taking the shield from...
I'm on too many goddamn podcasts. That's what I'm telling you, because I can't remember which one I talked about everything on. But I did enjoy the Captain America trailer. Although, as I do remember, I did say on Air the Anthem, I don't know how the eyes fucking move. How do the eyes of the suit move?
On Spider-Man?
Yes.
CGI.
That's not the fucking answer to the question, though. Because how does the guy inside the suit move the eyes?
I don't know. That's the first. I think they almost feel like they did that because of how Deadpool worked out with the eye movement. But
well, but his makes sense though.
Yeah, because the whole thing moved as if it was glued to his face in a way.
It was kind of glued to his face because he's got no skin. So yeah, and I guess Spider-Man's is the same, but the problem is this circle gets bigger and smaller, like it's an eye. Deadpool's just kind of moved around his face like it was. You could see the facial movements, but not get circles getting bigger and smaller like an eyeball. I don't get that at all. No Flash. It's not magic.
Some special new suit that Peter Parker did up.
Maybe design. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna say that it like when he's like it was with his eyes that it zooms in with his eyes or something. I don't know. But
it is rumored that we'll see Iron Spidey in this movie too.
I am hoping to see Iron Spidey in this movie, so we will see. He is apparently going to be on Team Iron Man, since RDJ calls him Underoos.
The Underoos.
Alright, Underoos. So, but do you know anything about the Civil War series?
A little bit.
Alright, so Spider-Man plays a big role in that, but I don't know that he's going to play that kind of role in this.
He's going to.
How can he? Because Bucky, it looks like Bucky's playing that role.
Well, in this part of the movie, Spider-Man's not going to have a huge role, but the next one he will.
Well, so
because they had already started working on this when the deal went through with Sony to have Spider-Man.
Right.
So.
Oh, wait, so what's the next movie? The next movie is Infinity War.
Yeah, so this is where we look stuff up. Because we don't keep it all together, and let's be honest, there's so many damn Marvel movies floating around, it's hard to keep up with.
But no, so, I mean, they had started making this, but not so much so that they couldn't obviously go back and put him in.
Yeah, because they when they started it, they were doing it with the hope that he could be a part of it.
Right.
But they had it where they could also do it without him.
Well, and so that's why Bucky is playing kind of the character that Peter plays during the Civil War comic book series. So let's see, Doctor Strange is coming out after Civil War. So Age of Ultron leaves off. Captain America Civil War picks up. Then Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, that has nothing to do with it. Oh, they're doing a Spider-Man movie under the Marvel banner.
That was part of the deal.
I didn't realize that was Sony. I thought Sony was putting out a movie.
Well, Sony's still doing it, but Marvel is in charge of it this time around.
Fucking, that's a smart move.
that was the deal they worked out because they were supposed to do Miles. They were supposed to go with Miles.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they didn't. Otherwise, it's probably just the fall.
Could be the fall. So Thor. So Thor, then Black Panther.
Elevator music.
It's weird. Oh yeah, so then Avengers of Infinity War. Infinity War is coming after that. And Yeah, see, but Infinity War is part 1. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. It can't go from directly from Civil War and Spider-Man play some kind of role if he doesn't play the role in this movie. Because it's Batman versus Superman all over again. So, spoiler alert for anybody who really wants to not know what happens in the comic books, but Civil War breaks out between the two opposing sides. And it's happening because Tony Stark wants to register the mutants, although we don't call them mutants, superheroes. Just like in X-Men, they have that same running dialogue about registration. Peter Parker, who is the most secretive of everyone about his secret identity, gets Tony Stark's protection and moves Aunt May and what's her name? The girlfriend, Mary Jane, into Stark Tower, and then comes out and says, "I'm Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man." Blah blah blah. And then later on realizes that this is a horrible idea. Why are we registering and giving away our secret identities? And so he breaks with Iron Man and goes over to Team Captain America's team.
And he dies, and then Miles comes along.
But they're not going that direction clearly because the Spider-Man movie is going to have this guy. So they're.
But that doesn't mean that Spider-Man can't die at the end of the Spider-Man movie to bring out Miles.
They're not going to reboot it. They already got Black Panther. There's too many. It's like that. Not Steve Harvey. What's it's that D.L. Hughley joke.
This will be the third reboot for Spider-Man.
It's a D.L.
in
Hughley
16
joke.
years.
How many? What do we got? 1, 2, 3 black guys. That's enough. What is this? Harlem? They're not going to put that many minorities in the movie. Just not gonna.
Miles was a better Spider-Man.
I think he was too, and I think there are a lot of good actors that play him, but I don't think that they will. That's what it comes down to. So I think they'll keep the young white guy. He'll play him. But so at the end of Civil War, what happens is what's his name? Galactus? The guy that we see at the end of Avengers, sitting on the throne. He's searching for the 5 rocks. But he shows up and he starts the Infinity War. And that means that the superheroes have to come back together in order to fight him off. The Avengers come back together to fight him off. That's what ends the Civil War. So if Infinity War comes directly after Civil War, we can't have Spider-Man just show up and kind of do something in the middle. It's got to be in this movie or not at all. So.
And then after Infinity Wars, it's the Secret Wars.
Are they doing Secret Wars?
I don't know if they'll actually do it in the movie or not.
Yeah, probably not.
If they follow the comics and if it keeps pulling the numbers, I imagine they will.
Well, see, and that's the problem too, is that they haven't strictly followed the comics. They are kind of building their own timeline as they go, because a lot of this stuff obviously happens at different times. But anyway, so the most important thing though is a name you didn't hear all through that is Daredevil. And it's funny because you have like Thor, who's the protector of all of Earth, and Iron Man is kind of the protector of all of Earth. And then you have characters like, Spider-Man protects all of New York. But Daredevil really just focuses on Hell's Kitchen, which is a couple of blocks on the west side of Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan.
That blind life is hard.
What's that?
So that blind life is hard.
He also doesn't really have superpowers, so he can't fly or move fast or anything. But I think that's probably a reason why you won't see him in the greater universe. Because what does he offer? What does he offer to like a superhero group?
I know in the old comics and cartoon shows, he always had conversations with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like when Spider-Man was having an issue or something, or felt down about something, he would go and talk to Daredevil. And
now
have a conversation.
I haven't put out a place that he shows up at the Spider-Man movie. That if Daredevil season 2 is successful and it moves on, that in 2017 he ends up making a cameo in the Spider-Man movie just to say hi to Peter Parker, or Peter comes swinging through Hell's Kitchen or whatever.
They're just talking to each other for a random moment.
Yeah. Just the same way that, I mean, they're talking about Punisher getting his own show or maybe his own movie, which I think would be fucking fantastic. But obviously Daredevil would be in that.
I'm waiting to see, because I want to see. I mean, I have no doubt that he's going to do good as Punisher, but I'm withholding judgment until I see how he actually does. I mean, what I've seen from previews, he looks fucking amazing as Punisher. So.
Right. And Jessica Jones, they're saying, is going to make an appearance, but I think that's also possibly her making an appearance as a side character, not necessarily as a main character, just that cameo style appearance. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But the greater Marvel universe is kind of getting built, and I kind of like that they're doing it in two levels. They're doing the lower level characters that can tell a good story, and then they're doing the higher level characters that are the big blockbuster movies. So, and depending on how Punisher does, I'd like to see a show. I mean, I would like to see Punisher be successful. I like Punisher. And did you watch the second trailer for Daredevil? So, a lot of shit going on in that. A lot of adventure, and I do like that the new poster that came out, I think a week ago, 2 weeks ago, he's actually wearing the skull, which we hadn't seen before. So the scenes in the early episodes. So here's another part of it. Wilson Fisk gets introduced in episode 9. Not introduced, but he meets Daredevil in episode 9. Daredevil meets Punisher in episode 1 of the second season. So we know he's going to be around the whole time. In that episode, we don't see the skull. It's not until the poster that we saw it. So at what point does he take it on? It may not be till the end of the season. But
kind of like they did with the whole red Daredevil suit.
Actually, that's a good way to think about it, because that didn't really come out till episode 10.
That was the final episode, I think.
Oh, that's right, because he goes to him to pick up the suit.
And he doesn't actually get it till the final episode.
So maybe we won't see it till the final episode, which would be interesting. I hope not, because I really dig that costume. But Flash says hopefully with the success of Deadpool, they'll make a proper Punisher. They did a proper Punisher, what would be R-rated now Punisher with Dolph Lundgren in 89, 88, something like that. But
man, I forgot all about that one.
Fucking A, man, I know all the Punisher shit.
I've seen it. I forgot all about that one.
He doesn't even wear the skull in that either, because they wanted to make it less cartoony, less comic booky. And it was just like cold-blooded murder. Like, he does a lot of bad stuff, but I don't know that people were ready for it. So maybe the thing to think about is that not that they won't make a proper Punisher, but that we're ready for that kind of Punisher. But the other side of that is Punisher's not funny.
Nope.
Thomas Jane played kind of the funniest of the Punishers. Like, he had a sense of humor. He was a well-rounded character. John Pinette played the neighbor, along with Rebecca. Was it Rebecca Romaine Stamos, the other neighbor, in Thomas Jane's movie? So there was some comic relief in the middle of it, but for the most part, it was just Tom Jane kicking ass. And then I can't remember the guy's name who did the War Journals, but his was just an action movie. It was just like blowing shit up, and also Thomas Jane was going against John Travolta, if I remember correctly, in his Punisher movie. But the question is whether or not Deadpool's success was, first of all, Ryan Reynolds, because he's a fucking superstar, so there's that.
He was a comic book fan, so he pushed to put out what fans wanted.
Right. And I don't know that John Bernthal has the kind of pull to do what Ryan Reynolds can do. I mean, I would hope so, but I just don't know that that's true. So I think you have to take it with a grain of salt and hope for the best. But I think that as far as it is in the Daredevil thing, everything I've seen has been really good. Somebody suggested online that the skull coming out at the end shows that Daredevil is kind of making that turn towards hardcore hero, and that pushes Punisher towards the villain. Because it looks like this season we don't really have a villain. John Bernthal. Bernthal is his name, John Bernthal. So, Elektra's not a villain, although she kind of played a villain in the bad Ben Affleck movie. She was always a love interest and kind of a sociopath, so she kind of did what she wanted, but she was never a villain, in the comic books at least, except for, I think for a while she was under the influence of some kind of hypnosis or something from Wilson Fisk, but God, it's getting deep into nerddom. But other than that, she was always just kind of a neutral, and she was a love interest. And it looks like she's going to be a love interest again. In that second trailer, somebody is reaching up and grabbing her, and I'm wondering who it is. Because didn't Matt and Karen hook up at the end of the last season?
The medical lady?
Yeah.
I thought they did.
And then Foggy hooked up with
the secretary.
the secretary. And that's what I thought it was all like, kind of like...
But that was after Foggy got pissed off that when he found out that he was even Deadpool to begin with.
Daredevil.
Why are you trying to kill yourself?
Well, so that was another thing. So in episode 9, he gets beat up by Kingpin. Episode 10, he has to tell his best friend he's been hiding this secret life from him all this time. And then 3 episodes later, he's fighting Kingpin. Oh, then 11 is when Kingpin comes out and reveals himself, but comes out as a philanthropist to try and save the city. So, hi Betty, welcome to the podcast. Always glad to see people following. So, just as a reminder, we are talking about Daredevil today, the Netflix series. And I guess it's a good opportunity to take a break. For those of you who are watching the live stream, always welcome people on the live stream. That's youtube.com/C/Dirtyshore UG-OTA. Look at Dirtyshore UG on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram for links to the live stream. We live stream every episode out over YouTube. For those of you who are watching live, you can see that we are obviously vaping here in the studio. A big thank you to Oasis Vapor. They provided all of this equipment that we have here. Everything, in fact, I think on this table that's vaporizing accessories has been purchased at or provided by Oasis Vapor. So if you live in the Midshore area, come down to Denton, Maryland, right off of Route 404, 601 North 6th Street, Denton, Maryland. Big red building, can't miss it. Oasis Vapor. Nate down there has always been a big supporter of the podcast, and if you come down on the weekend, you can hang out with Kenny in the shop. If you're just starting out with vaping, if you're trying to quit smoking, or if you're into competitions and you're looking for cloud, you're cloud chasing, doing the whole thing, they can take care of you down at Oasis Vapor, so make sure you check them out. It's Oasis Vapor on Facebook. Check out in the show notes. We have a link to the Facebook page, and come in there and say hi to Kenny and check it out there. So, but as far as Daredevil, what are you looking for in this coming season?
I really want to see Daredevil and Punisher have an all-out brawl, like in the middle of Central Park or something.
Everybody else I talk to says they want to see them work together, and you say you want to see them fight.
Not like trying to kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
Just one says something to piss the other off, and they just fight in the middle of Central Park or something over something stupid.
Well, so some of the Betty, I see your comment. Talk about Tom Selleck. Which Tom Selleck in Punisher? Is there something I'm missing there? Or Daredevil?
I don't know.
Maybe. Let us know what you're talking about, Betty. I'm not sure what you mean by Tom Selleck. So, but the very first promo picture I saw was Daredevil chained to a chimney and John Bernthal leaning over him. Not in the Punisher costume, but leaning over him. And then in the first trailer, we hear him saying stuff like, "You're half a hero. You won't do what it takes." And Daredevil's like, "I have my rules. I don't break them or whatever." So, so you want to see those two fight it out?
Yeah, why not?
Because Punisher will fucking kill him. That's why.
No guns, just hand to hand.
That's not Punisher's style, though.
Yeah.
Punisher shoots people.
Yeah, but he could brawl. I bet he could brawl.
Why would he? He carries those 1944s to the 1911s.
To point to Daredevil, who's already gotten his ass whooped by everybody in season 1.
Well, and I guess the bigger question is, does he continue to get his ass kicked in season 2?
Yeah.
I mean, because that was basically 13 episodes of ass kicking and him stumbling into
winning somehow.
Getting Fist elected. But I do enjoy that because that was kind of Daredevil's thing, though. Daredevil's thing was that he was never. It wasn't Superman. He wasn't beating you down. He was finding a way to win using his intelligence and using his skill.
And his sniper.
And there's one part in the second trailer where he's like whipping the chain up and breaking the bulbs, and I'm like, oh, bad shit's about to happen. Do you think that? So you want to see them fight?
I think.
What's the point?
I think it'd be interesting.
Well, just to see them fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that's actually going to happen though?
I don't know if it'll actually happen, but it'd be interesting.
So what are you predicting to actually happen?
I think Punisher's gonna want more from Daredevil.
Well, how about this? When we left Daredevil last season, he was victorious against Fisk. He got the girl, if I remember correctly. His buddy got a girl, and I think his buddy got the hotter girl. To be honest, Karen is a fucking piece. But it was like all quiet on the Western Front. There was that moment where Fisk is going in cuffs, and we see Daredevil like standing up on the roof in his like red costume doing his thing. So how do we get to Punisher? How does that happen?
I think we'll find that out in the first episode.
God damn it! I don't want to wait 2 days.
Because I don't think it's gonna open up with and him just be there and them having a conversation or Daredevil chained to this fucking.
Although
shit.
fucking maybe it would. Nothing would surprise me. But I imagine
After Walking Dead, no, I don't think it would surprise me in the least bit either. But
And so here's a bigger question: how does Punisher get around? Does he have the war wagon? Because I dig the war wagon.
what if he showed up and the first shirt he had on was a Shane shirt?
Hashtag Team Shane at the bottom.
Yeah.
No, but so I have a sense that the conversation we hear them having when Daredevil's chained to the roof is about how they call you the devil of Hell's Kitchen, and you're not really a hero. And I sense that maybe something of that is about Punisher challenging him and just saying, like, I'm not a hero either. Maybe they're trying to be teammates. I don't know. It could go so many different ways, and in the many iterations of the comic, a couple of different things have happened.
Rooftop fisticuffs.
Or it could be that Punisher's there to kill someone, and Daredevil intercedes. And then Punisher says, hey, now... Because that has happened, too, where Punisher's been trying to kill someone, a superhero intercedes, and then that superhero becomes the target. Because Punisher kills him or tries to kill them before he kills the target. So, I guess that could be part of it, too. But there's a lot of unknowns. I guess it would be impossible for us to try and figure out what's going to exactly happen. But.
It's always possible that we can see characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, because it's still by the same studio, but instead of being on regular TV, it's on Netflix.
Well, but it's all Marvel Television. It's all like whatever they call that. It's not
Marvel Studios.
Marvel Studios, not Marvel Cinema.
And then you'll see in the credits NBC Productions or whatever.
Right. But for that matter, though, we could see characters from Jessica Jones too.
Which
How have you not seen Jessica Jones? You're rewatching Daredevil, but you're not watching Jessica Jones.
I still got to catch up on season 3 of S.H.I.E.L.D. So.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched. I never got into S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't really like.
It got better in season 2.
Yeah, because I think I watched the first little bit of.
Same thing with Arrow. Arrow in season 2 got better, and then season 3, first episode hit me with the fucking him standing over somebody's grave, and now I'm sitting here like, who the fuck's in the grave?
Well, now they're about to do Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, they started that one. I haven't even jumped into that yet.
Yeah,
I'll probably wait until the first season's on Netflix.
Flash, I got into the Flash. Because apparently that guy is the guy who's going to play Flash in Justice League, so that's good. They're taking it from TV to...
really? Because last I heard it would be somebody else playing Flash in the movie.
Well, maybe they've changed that, but the last thing that I heard was that they were in contract negotiations to have the guy play the character.
Flash was how I got into Arrow.
Well, because Arrow is playing Green Arrow in the Justice League movie.
Is he?
Yeah.
I dig that because I like his character. He's a good actor, so...
He's got that bad boy look to him. Jessica Jones is way better than what, Flash? Than Daredevil? Because fuck yourself. Jessica Jones is feminist bullshit.
She's probably talking S.H.I.E.L.D., but I haven't
probably
seen Jessica
Jones.
Jones. So.
Jessica Jones is better than S.H.I.E.L.D. And if you like super feminist stuff, then yes, you'll love Jessica Jones. This is great. Are you about to throw something at me?
No.
Okay. Better than S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, so Jessica Jones is better than S.H.I.E.L.D. I'll agree with you about that. So, as far as what are your expectations for another 13 episodes, right?
I don't know how many.
I think they said they agreement of the 13.
I was hoping for more than 13, but 13 is a nice round number.
My suspicion now that I think about it is that maybe the Doctor is gone. Because I think the Doctor showed up in Jessica Jones. Flash should have to correct me, but I believe that Matt's friend, who is the Doctor, shows up in Jessica Jones to patch up the black guy who gets a concussion.
I think she also showed up on S.H.I.E.L.D., to be honest with you.
Maybe she did. But I don't know that she's in Daredevil anymore, and maybe Daredevil or Matt and Elektra get together. Because I still want to know who's having the freaky sex. That's always what interests me. That's really only what interests me. So, what can I say? But in the end, though, I mean, like the martial arts were always great. The show itself, I always thought was well put together, and I had to tell. Flash confirmed that. Yes, she does. That Foggy is one of the Bash brothers from Mighty Ducks 2. I don't know if you remember Mighty Ducks 2, but
yeah,
always interesting to have.
I kind of would like to see another one. Not like a remake.
Another Mighty Ducks movie?
Yeah, not like a remake, but one where they
they're all
show
grow up.
And it's just like one last game between friends or some shit. I don't know. It could be interesting. Or they teach a new.
The team shows up and they have to teach a new team.
Yeah,
I can see that. I can see that working out. So I know we had some other news that you want to talk about some. Well, and so for those of you who don't know, Daredevil will be streaming live on Netflix on March the 18th, which is 2 days from today. Well, less than 2 days because it'll be out 3 a.m. Usually they drop it about 3 a.m. No, 18th. March 18th. Friday.
I know what I'm doing in the shop this weekend.
So it'll be out Friday, 2 days from today, or 1 day from today if you're listening to the podcast on the website. So, but you had before we get into that though, I wanted to encourage everybody. Thank you. What's up? Oh, Flash, give us what sounds awful. A Mighty Ducks remake. You don't like cool things and you're too young. That's my comment to that. She's like a few years younger than us, so Mighty Ducks was like a little before her.
She might have caught D3.
Yeah, she doesn't know about the like
the D1, the D2.
Quack, 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 quack.
Cake
quack,
eater.
Quack. Anyway, so I want to encourage everybody to check out the for the network to check out the frick, now I forgot the name of it. Patreon page. The Patreon page for the network. The OD Anthem Network has set up a Patreon page. It's at Patreon. That's patreon.com/OD Anthem. The Patreon page helps us provide this kind of great content for you. So it helps us get new equipment. It helps us basically do everything that we do to produce all these podcasts and to host all the podcasts and to get all of this stuff up and going for you. So it's a great way to help out. If you want to help out the podcast, the number one way that you can help out the network is to go to the Patreon page and sign up for a monthly donation. As little as $1 per month get you access to some of the insider information that you're not going to get anywhere else. If you want to help out this podcast, the best way you can do that is to go to DirtyShoreUnderground.com and go to the Amazon tab and click through to shop on Amazon through the tab there. Once you click on the tab, it's going to take you to Amazon. You're going to shop just like you normally do. There's no extra cost. It doesn't cost you a thing. You purchase everything, and it all goes straight through. We don't get your credit card numbers. We don't get any of that. But Amazon sends us a little bit extra just for directing you to the site through the affiliate program. So those are two great ways you can help out the podcast and the podcast network. So I highly encourage you to do that. Patreon.com/OD Anthem and DirtyShoreUnderground.com and click on the Amazon tab there and go shopping on Amazon. So. But you had some news about some bands, so why don't you catch everybody up on that?
It's just a real quick thing. We've talked about it a little bit before when we talked about Hard Times Cafe in Hagerstown closing.
Right.
The guy that puts the bands out there and does all the bookings locally, that always put Eric Propsy on. I had a phone conversation with him for about an hour last week. They're going to try to come up and do a show with us sometime soon. Talk to his guys to see when they could make it up. And come in and talk to us to let us know what all they got going on. I know they got a new album getting ready to come out. Music video is about to drop. They're planning an album release party.
Where are they doing
somewhere.
that? Yeah, because now the place is closed. So.
Well, he said he got all their shows rebooked.
Oh, good. Okay.
One show that they did, they just had to push back by a month. But it still worked out. So
right.
He didn't have to send money back to anybody that already put their deposits in and all that shit. So they ended up really, really lucky.
Yeah.
They didn't have to drop anything.
But so they'll be here, special guests on the podcast.
If they can't make it down, they'll do a call in.
Good.
So that way they can talk to us and we can hear more about their background and how they got started and all that stuff. They're real good people.
Fantastic.
So and friends from the Midwest hit me up the other day and asked me if I knew any promoters out this way, and of course I do in the same sense. So I gave them the guy's name. So I might be seeing people from the Midwest that I used to
out on tour.
Yeah, coming over this way.
So we might have to take this show on the road and go check out those shows and do some interviews and meet some people, which would be super fun. And of course, if we do that, all of that will be available right here on the podcast for you fine folks.
And through Periscope.
As it will make bonus content will be available through Periscope. You'll be able to check out pictures on Instagram at Dirtyshore UG. You'll make sure and follow Dirtyshore UG on Twitter to get all of the best updates. And of course, if you want to find out where we are, Dirtyshore UG on Facebook is the best place to do that.
And we can live stream through Facebook now. So
yes, we can. So we can live stream everything directly through Facebook. So if you're not following us on all those platforms, you're likely to miss out on some of this great content that we have coming up. Not to mention the weekly podcast every Thursday and the bonus episodes every Monday or Tuesday following The Walking Dead and then Fear the Walking Dead. So, do you have any other thoughts for this week?
The fact that I just thought about that we're like 12 weeks out from being zombie-less again.
Oh, only for a few months. Only for a few months. So, hope springs eternal. It won't be that bad. But, we're not more than 12 weeks, right? Because they're doing 10 episodes of Fear the Walking
Something
Dead.
Like that.
Plus 13
so
episodes.
We're looking at 13 more weeks and then, 3-month break?
Then a 3-month break, right.
Which is a lot less than 6 months.
Yeah. So, and we'll be here with you through all of that. You'll be able to check out all those episodes right here on DirtyShoreUnderground.com. Make sure you check out the website at DirtyShoreUnderground.com. All the information is available there. Follow at Dirtyshore UG on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest updates. You can find information about me at RobertNCheek.com, at RobertNCheek on all your social networks. And of course, we are a proud member of the OD Anthem Digital Network. You can find more information about that podcast at ODAnthem.com. And make sure you check out new episodes of the OD Anthem podcast every Tuesday. Spotlight episodes every Friday or Saturday.
One more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Finish the calls. I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah, listen. I got some big announcements coming up this week. I'm going to be really excited to drop that information. That's going to be.
At least let me read the non-final draft of it.
No, absolutely not.
Were you scared I'll leak it?
Yes, because you leak everything.
I don't leak everything.
You didn't leak the rap, which, by the way, I did finish the rap. I haven't recorded it, but I actually finished writing it.
You just think I didn't leak it.
Maybe you did. Actually, you know what? It might be good to. How did I send that to you? Did I send it to you on Facebook?
Uh-huh.
All right, so it's freaking horrible, and I will say they're all. Yeah. So let's. Kenny was super nice in his commentary about my rap.
Well, I got a really good laugh out of it. Karina didn't even know it was you, and she was sitting there trying to figure out why the fuck I was dying laughing.
So Karina, what did you think? You didn't like it? Why? Tell me what was bad about it. Everything? What do you mean everything?
You just sounded retarded.
It was better than Lil Wayne.
It's not one of your strong suits.
Well, okay, so first of all, as I said, I was laying on my bed recording in a lavalier, not in a studio or anything, so there's that. The second thing was that...
first attempt.
It was my very first attempt, that is true.
Please don't ever attempt to again.
Hey, why you gotta be a hater? Why you gotta be a hater? I'm putting myself out there, I'm trying some stuff.
Eric said a little bit of practice, you'd be pretty good.
I think that...
I did forward it to Eric.
Oh, yeah. Well, and so like I said, it was my very first attempt. We'll see how it shakes out. But I say that we go out with a little, because I did say I said I couldn't freestyle, but I said I would put the rap on here.
Okay.
So
That works for me.
Does that work? So that's how we're gonna go. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater, Karina. Don't be a
You
hater.
might have to
So-
cut the actual audio in, though.
Yeah,
later.
I'll cut it out and actually put the song in. So if you want to hear the best version of the song, make sure you check out the podcast at DirtyShoreUnderground.com. Add Dirty Shore Underground to your favorite RSS feed, whether that's iTunes or Stitcher or Dogcatcher. Go on those places. Give us a like and a review so that we can climb in the charts there, so other people can find us. And when my rap album is on the top of the charts, Karina can eat my ass. And God damn it! Now I lost it. Hang on, let me find it again. Oh wait, too far.
I sent it to Brandon too, but I waited until he was fucked up. So he might have peed himself laughing.
Listen, it is what it is. I will say that, but without this is the track is entitled "Random Drop." I don't know the name of the song yet. It doesn't have a name, but that's my song. So, any other thoughts for the rest of the week?
Did you write down any of those other beats that I found?
Any of the other or the sites? Or you mean the actual beats that you sent?
Yeah.
I went to check them all out, and I'm gonna try and write some stuff that fits all of them. So we'll see how that shakes out in the next couple of weeks.
You can say you have a song featuring Cryptic Wisdom.
Which would fucking give me some likes on
Yeah.
YouTube. What are we gonna do? So anyway, we're gonna go out on Random Drop, which is the first single off my upcoming rap album, which is only semi a joke. Only semi a joke. It's kind of
If all
serious.
crime was legal for one night, what would you do? Kill Rob and hide his rap?
Don't hide my rap. Don't hide my talent under a bushel. But anyway, check out a new episode of check out the bonus episodes on Monday. New episodes every Thursday. Have a great week, everybody. Oh wait, shit! Now I have to download it.
Oh, we messed it up.
Oh no!
So while it's downloading,
No,
I'm just
here we
gonna
go.
say
Here we go.
purge.
Here we go. I wrote the beat too.
This happened to me. I almost wish I had a lighter so I could just do one of these.
Work by noon. It's also offbeat a little bit, but that's okay. I've heard worse.
Black.
I was actually looking for a gunshot guy. It didn't really work.
2 2x4, smack them together.
Is that what a gunshot sounds like? Peace!
Remember, Jackass, when they had the Broken Lizard guys take part in that fucking
Oh,
boat,
that's
and they were
right,
using
right,
the 2x4 to make the gun nuts?
Yeah. Why you gotta be a hater?